in and wash the load of clothes. And you know it got a little pivot to it. But what I like how it flipped things up and down. It moved things up and down. When the Holy Ghost is working in you, it flips up and down in you. I said, my God, I like it. So then as I got in the word, God said, I'm calling for some agitators in this season, in this hour. He said, because I need them to go stir up some stuff. He said, just as I went down, he said, I went down to hell, but he said, I wrestled with Satan. And he said, I took the keys from death. He said, I took them. He said, I need some agitators that's not afraid of the gospel, who will stand up, let the Holy Ghost rise up in them and go down to the depths of the community and stir up some stuff and take back. He said, in the violence, take it by force. You got to take back some stuff by force. God be the glory. He said, take it back by force. He said, just as I had to wrestle, he said, you got to wrestle with some things. He said, but I gave you strength from on high. He said, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but a what? Love and what? And what? A sound mind. He said, I don't make no mistakes. He said, I need you to take it back by force. And I said, okay, God. He said, keys. When you have keys, keys give you access in and out. He said, I'm giving you the keys to do it. The keys. He said, so I'm giving you access to go on the highways and hedges and compel them to come. He says, now, as I gave you the key, he said, it's not just any key now. He said, but it's the master key. He said, I'm giving you the master key. He said, so this key gonna fit in any door that you're gonna open. He said, you don't have to toil with it. You don't have to struggle with it. He said, use what I'm giving you. Work the power that's in you. My God. He said, we got to proclaim the power of prayer by force. He said, they're not praying no more. He says, what they're doing is, he said, they just running at the mouth. He said, proclaim the power of prayer. He says, you do that by fasting. You do that by reading your word. Proclaiming. Taking it back by force. He says, when you do what I have called you to do and commission you to do, he says, look at the world today. He says, anoint. The word anoint says to set someone apart. To authorize and to equip him or her for a task of spiritual importance. So you got to know whatever God has given you to do is of importance. There's no more time to sit on the side of the road, you know, smelling the roses. Your vacation is over. I hear the Spirit of the Lord say, the agitator. He says, now you know who you are. He says, now I need you to recognize the power that I have given you. And he says, once you go in to agitate some stuff, he says, you can be able to take back the gun control that has just uprooted this world. He says, now you have the authority to cast down homosexuality. You have the power to speak to cancer and say, be thou removed. You have the authority to say, diabetes, go back to where you came from. You can speak to AIDS. You can speak to high blood pressure, low blood pressure, as bishops say, no blood at all. He says, speak those things as if they were. Who are you? Who are you? The agitator. So then as I heard all of that, I went back to my wash machine again. in the middle of the cycle, I began turning the knobs. And that's what most of us do. We want to set the atmosphere ourselves. We want to set the temperature. And it didn't do, nothing happened. But what it did, it caused the wash machine to pause. Oh, God. Because now you have now disturbed the plan. God said, not my will, but thy will be done. You have now went in. God said do it one way, but you want to do it your way. So now you got to start the cycle all over again. Woo, God. Go back to your first love. He said that same resurrection power that I had on the cross. He says, I now leave it to you. Stir up the agitator in you. Stir it up. Let it come to uproot some stuff. Go back to your homes. Go back to your job. Go back to those things that God is calling you for and uproot it. He said, because this is perilous times. And it's no more time sitting around waiting for somebody else to do what God has already called you and commissioned you to do. Are you working the agitator in you? And if your agitator is working, is it cleaning up some stuff? Oh, God. Is it just moving? Because listen, when your wash machine get ready to go out, the motor is running, but that's all that's running. The water may come in and it may spin out, but there's nothing happening. So you're still dirty. So you got to let the Holy Ghost come in and wash you through and through. Clean you up. My God, my God. The agitator. The agitator. The agitator. What are you going through that you need the agitator to come in and stir up some stuff? Aggravate some stuff. Who do you know that you got to go out and proclaim the gospel? Are you ashamed of the gospel? Are you afraid to tell them I am a servant of God? I am a disciple of God. I'm not ashamed of the gospel. The agitator. So in my closing, work the agitator in you. God bless you.